Hey, we're here. We are live at Delusional's Arcade. Welcome to Delusional's Roundtable. We're trying to get a little more, pro and into. It's actually all me trying to do the stuff. So if anything happens bad, it's all me technically. I'm just trying to get the microphone going. If you guys can hear me, give me a shout. If you can hear them, you guys know Jeff from last time, and also Mike, Northeast Mike, or AKA Arcade Guys, right, Mike?
Yeah.
He left your name up from the last stream we did. But anyway, we're just here just to hang out. We were supposed to have a couple more people today, but at the last minute they couldn't be here. So we'll have people joining as we go. I think that Tim guy said he'd join a little later. So if he'll pop in. And I think Jay said he might come in later, but we'll see what happens. But let me look here. So what do you guys want to do? You want to talk about updates first? Well, you know what? Let's say hi to the chat. I see Brian's there. What's going on, Brian Frober? Peter's Arcade has been here for a while. He says we sound great. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So, all right. What do you guys want to talk about? Who wants to go first with updates?
That's what I want to talk about.
What's that?
I said I want to talk about arcade games.
Well, didn't you have... Oh, there's Brian. What's going on, Brian?
Oh, muted.
You're muted. Sorry. It's my bad. I mute everyone automatically. It's just the setting. I got to turn that off.
Okay, I was going to say, I clicked the button. That was weird.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the cat joke that I usually say every time I see your cat.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's like a dog. He follows me everywhere.
He's like, oh, we're on YouTube?
Yeah, so he's probably gonna start doing some inappropriate stuff anytime now.
I have that.
You missed the intro, and I played Dell's Roundtable on there. How did it sound? You guys listening to? Well, you had it muted, so I'll find out later. We can go back and see it. But yeah, so we're here today. We're missing a few people, but we're still gonna talk about updates and stuff. I know I'm dying to hear Jeff's stuff, what he did with Gyrus. I don't know if it's done yet. Is it officially done? Do you have pictures? You can.
Officially done. Well, I mean, the only pictures that I have, I did post pictures to Facebook. But I just got the board set back. I had to send big that parts on it. Had a bad sound amp. So I got it back. Gyrus just has that stereo sound with different things going on each channel. That's so great.
Am I the only one that can not really hear him at all?
Yeah, Jeff, your mic is like really quiet.
Yeah, you're a little bit low. Yeah.
It almost sounds like there's something covering your mic.
The
Well,
funny thing is, it sounded like it got louder as he leaned back and got quieter when he leaned forward. Oh, it's weird, but...
It might have been me, because I was trying to adjust the volume and write it. I thought it was my setting, but I think it might be him, if we're both loud. Because Brian sounds really clear and loud, so do you, Mike.
Yep.
Do I sound it right now, or no? Maybe my volume is too loud and it's lowering. Hold on. How do I sound now? Good? Bad?
Right now you sound okay, yeah.
It sounds better, yeah. So I'm going to welcome Alistair Fiend. Did I read that right to the chat? He says, hey, Jeff, good to see you.
Hi.
All right, so sorry, now we can hear you. So you start over. Sorry, Jeff.
Gyrus, it's completely done. I got the board set back today, as a matter of fact. And it had some bad parts on it. Had a bad sound amp, so everything's working now. Sounds awesome. Gyrus has got the stereo sound with different things going on in different speakers. So when it's working properly, it sounds awesome. It's got awesome.
Yeah, that's half the battle. Is Gyrus is like half the fun there.
Yeah. I still have to tweak the monitor a little bit. That's one thing I'm just bad at adjusting colors after I do the cap kit, make it look nice. It looks great, nice and clear. When it comes to adjusting the colors, I'm just so bad at it. I just don't know why.
Yeah, we gotta. I mean, I don't know if you were there when Buffett was showing me how to do it, but I put together a video. Well, I'm trying to put together a video, just showing how to do it. I know he wants to do one as well. He might actually have one on his. I thought I saw one that he did on his YouTube channel. But when he showed me mine, I mean, you saw how nice it was dialed in. I was like, holy crap, it looked really good.
For some reason, I don't know where the colors are supposed to be. So I just like look at it and I'm like, I guess it's right, but then I look at somebody else's and I'm like, why does that look so much better than mine?
Well, the grass is green on the other side, right?
Maybe I'm like partially colorblind or something. I don't know what the case is.
Yeah.
It never seems to work right when I start adjusting things. So.
Nice. Well, from what he told me, you have to like put the flyback, you know, like lower it as much as you can. I forgot, since you don't, like, you use the TPG to do it, but you do it so you don't see like the blackness of it. And then you have to put all the knobs, set them all to like the middle on all of them. Because when you do a cap kit, I mean, it changes everything anyway. So you should redo it. Like, a lot of people make the mistake that they'll cap it and not change. They'll be like, oh, it was perfect before. But when you're doing a cap kit, you're changing everything where the values are different. So it boosts stuff that, you know, or lowers stuff. And it does different things. So you definitely want to redo it. But I'll send the video out soon. I don't know.
Yeah, and the vector, if you have vectors, it's a different animal. And actually, the guide that's in the 6100 original manual is actually pretty good. I've used it to dial in my vectors, my 6100s downstairs. It literally says, like, you know, let the monitor warm up, and it tells you, like, turn all the knobs, you know, this way, and then look at this, and then turn the knobs this way to fix it. And like it tells you literally, like, step by step what to do. And I think they all came out like perfect, like with not a ton of, and it's like really easy to follow. And it's all the original instructions that came with the manual, you know, 40 years ago, and they all work perfect. So it's a little bit different animal, I'm sure, but like, yeah, I wonder if it's, you know, once you figure out the trick, you'll be able to do all the rest of them, no problem, probably.
Right. Yeah, Galaxian's like that. If you ever look at that manual, it shows you how to just do everything. Like, you have to actually turn the yoke and everything. It tells you how to just center everything, and it's crazy. Like, you look at it, you're like, I'm never doing this, because I'm always afraid to touch that part. But you know, the old school stuff did that. Was that, well, technically that's what, a 70s game, right? Vector stuff. So maybe in the 80s.
Well, I'm talking color vectors, so those are early 80s color vectors.
Yeah, so maybe like the late 80s and 90s, they got a little lazy, saying we don't want people messing with this, and because I feel the older manuals are more technical. So maybe, I don't know. I could be full of crap. I have no idea. But so
Bribed themselves, so they decided to dial it back.
So Jeff, is that your update for today, or are you going to show us any pics, or?
I don't have anything handy, but yeah, I mean, I posted the pics, but yeah, I don't have them handy in front of me right now. Like,
Unprepared, you get a U. Yeah. What about you, Mike? I heard you were working on some stuff. Rumor has it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't have much that I can publicly talk about. Not yet, anyways. We're getting close to being able to be public with this, but I need a little bit more time before we're making it public. But yeah, the progress of the thing went really well, and I actually packaged it up and sent one out to Jason. So.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the other public, non-public thing. I thought you were talking about the System 1 stuff. So that's. I mean, you already showed that last week. Well, when we last went on.
Yeah, I mean, well, there actually is an update there, I think, because I don't think last week it was put up. But TakeMan did post the link on the.
yeah, I just saw it today.
On Clav, checking for interest for this multi-control panel, and I believe there's already been a couple people that have responded right away saying they were interested, so we're off to a good start there.
I like your response, Mike. You're like, I want one too.
Yeah, I know. Well, I had to at least put my name in there just to, you know, make it obvious. If nothing else, it was also for TakeMan to you know, have me in the count, you know.
Right.
But, yeah.
Is that the one that you showed us last time with the 3D rendering? Did it change at all?
Yeah.
Because I know you
Yeah,
were
that
worried about squeezing.
Yeah,
stuff
no,
in, or-
I printed, what I did is I 3D printed the stuff that mounted underneath the trackball so that and I put everything where it needed to be, and then I was able to test fit it in the cabinet, so it all fit. So I'm confident of the fitment right now, and that's what we show in the pictures for this. So yeah, it's good to go. So
Yeah, it looks
Nice.
great. Funny too, like when you know you were talking about doing it, I didn't even realize how tight everything is under there. You know, with the
yeah.
and the joystick and the button. Like, I would have never guessed it like the placement and everything is like where it has to be. It can't be anywhere else.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty tight.
That sounds like
Especially
a
'cause
target to
the-
me.
Yeah, well, the problem is that the trackballs, and unfortunately, I do have the large version of the trackballs. They made smaller versions, but mine are the largest ones, and so I was at least able to do this, you know, and check it for tight fitment. So
The large ones are the totally encased ones, right? Right. And there's other
yeah, mine's the totally encased ones. Yeah.
Having trouble with the interface, but it calmed down just now.
I'm checking right now on the posts. I wanted to see what, because I hadn't looked at it for a little while. I guess there is. Oh, that's a different post. That's why. Okay.
Jonathan Miller
I guess I
said
didn't-
any mic has the largest trackballs.
I guess I didn't realize. Did they make a different version that had different trackballs in it at one point?
Ask that question again, Brian.
Did they make a different version that had different trackballs in them? 'Cause I guess
Well-
I'm confused about the whole large trackball thing. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So you've seen mine.
case for the trackball. It's the same size ball itself, but the encasing.
Yeah, it's the underneath the control panel that's a different size.
Oh, okay.
Basically, just like with everything else, right? Atari shipped whatever they had available to fill the need, and at one point or another, the trackballs were physically smaller under the control panel. It isn't the size of the ball, but it's the size of the footprint of the device. And mine is the one that have basically a case over everything, and so it's a lot bigger. And that meant that I was able to test for the worst case scenario. So
That's cool.
Hang on, I'm trying to adjust my sound here. There we go. I was hearing an echo in my headphones of myself, and I figured out how to turn that off. So that's really good. All right, so for me, I'll just get a quick update. I actually bought another PCB. I can't help myself. It's like I want all these games, I don't have the room. So I'm like, let me buy another PCB. So I bought, I have a Junior Pac-Man now on the way. The field kit.
Yep.
You know, they're a little more rare than the regular ones. But I feel that if I want, you know, I mean, if I ever get sick of the 96 in one, right, that I have over here, unfortunately it doesn't have Junior Pac-Man on it. So I figured, well, let me get the field kit. I could just toss it in there, swap the board real fast, and, you know, play it. So I got a pretty good deal. The guy on, I think he was selling it on Facebook Marketplace. He's actually local in Staten Island, which isn't too far from my job. It's like 40 minutes. So, but the bridges, you know, there was so much money to go back and forth to Staten Island. So I was like, you know what? Just mail it for 20 bucks. So he just mailed it. I'll take the chance. You know, it should be fine. But he's including the speed chips and I think it's set for normal now, but he has the speed chips as duplicates or whatever. So he said he'll include those too. I had no idea. I don't know if it's still 5F like it normally is on a regular pack board. But
What, the speed up?
Yeah, for Junior Pac-Man it's a little different. I don't know.
yeah, I actually bought the speed up, so I have the chips. They're somewhere here, and because I mean I have the board right there for Junior Pac-Man.
Okay, so does it have? That's the field kit, right? Does it have like the?
Yeah.
You know how like on Pac-Man Plus it's covered with this black stuff to like not, so people can't bootleg it.
No, mine's not covered. Hold on, let me grab mine.
Yeah, but that's... So yeah, so I decided, let me just pick it up. Might as well. Here, let me go focus on you here. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, it looks the same, just different ROMs, right? Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. This is a Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man. I'll turn on the.
What about the SBC? The RAM board and also the serial bus controller.
Yeah, it must have either integrated or got rid of it or whatever. I don't have any. I don't see any custom chips, unless.
Now I wish Rob was here too, because he has one. He could look also. His is actually in his machine, I think. Huh. Yeah, but either way, I figured why not, right? You know.
Yeah.
The other thing I did was on Rolling Thunder. I've always been griping that there's never been like an attract mode, free play attract mode.
Yeah.
Or because right now, if you have free play, it just sits on that screen that says press player 1 to start, and it'll just burn in the text. So I always turn it off, and I have a button on the bottom. But so I've been looking for an attract mode free play, which there isn't. But somebody actually, I wrote something on Clav wishing, I think it was that same thing that Jeff is in, saying like, what high score save do you want? And you reply to that. So I put, hey, I want Rolling Thunder if possible. So he messaged me and says, hey, there's a guy that does it. He's in the UK on the UK VAC forums. I can't recall his name offhand, but he was like, yeah, he does a save kit for it that you can just burn yourself, and you just have to buy like a Dallas type, NV RAM chip and pop it in there.
Yep.
So I ordered the chip today. They're a little pricey. It was like $15 each. And that was the cheaper one. There was one that was $21 at Mauser. I went to Mauser.com.
Well, never, ever again should you ever buy a
Just
Dallas
one?
chip.
Oh, well, I don't know if it was Dallas. It was by ST.
No,
was
I
the
know,
brand.
but you always want to buy this instead.
Oh, see. Well, I could also buy that too. We'll see. So
Yeah,
I'm
this is the
experimenting
same.
with it.
This is the same issue that that we've been dealing with, and this is what Tim found, and this thing works fantastic. And this is this. Some guy makes this. The chip that's on here is in a carrier that matches the footprint of the Dallas chips. So you don't need to use the Dallas because those things are terrible. They're just so flaky. And these work great. I've had zero problems with these now. So.
Yeah, well, the problem was like on the README file that I was reading, he listed a whole bunch of brands that definitely work, and there was one that did not work. That he put, this does not work. Don't try it. It's not going to work. I'm trying to look for it now. I really wish I knew the guy's name. Let me try running it. Yeah, it's by Gadget Freak. So Gadget Freak on Clav is the guy who did it.
That's
And,
the guy with the System 1 multi-board.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he just added to this. This is what got my attention, is that the Arcade ROM Patcher version 11 now includes those proprietary chips on the System 1 boards that you can burn something to bypass it. Mike, you know what this is, because I remember you were saying that certain games require it.
I'm posting the link in the actual, YouTube chat for the chip. It's basically comes out of the pinball world. It's a 6116 NV RAM replacement, and that'll work and replace. That will work in place of a Dallas chip.
I don't know if it'll let you do that. I'm not sure if I have that. Yeah, you could always post it in Discord, too.
Oh, you mean
You
you
go to-
can't get at it?
I can't get at it. No, I don't see it
Oh,
here.
okay, all right. That's fine.
But just post it in Discord. We have a roundtable in Discord. So if you guys want to go on the Discord server, you can post links, talk, do whatever, post pictures of your arcade, whatever you want to do while you're talking here. So, all right, we got about, I'm looking here on my other monitor, we got about 16 people watching now, all participating. 8-Bit Kids just jumped in. Brian Urich, you don't count.
Oh, that.
You jumped in. Hey, that Tim guy, you got to unmute yourself. Look, oh, he was quick. He's used to that scholarship stuff that he does all the time, every day, doing scholars. Well, for school. I say scholars because they're young scholars, but it's really school stuff. How you doing? We just finished our updates.
Oh,
We can
good.
go home now.
All right. Well, I'll have a beer and go home.
Yeah. Hey, Brady Hearn just said, hey. Lasagna Del Rey is here too.
I know.
Just
Brady.
joined. So we
I
had
noticed
about
somebody was asking a
16
question,
people
so-
watching.
I noticed someone was
Neat.
asking a question. That's why I logged in so I could chat and people,
Oh, okay.
or whatever.
So somebody's talking about Missile Command.
Yeah,
What
I
was
think
the
they
question?
thought
We
we
can
were talking
always-
about missile command trackballs.
Yeah, we could always answer questions here. That's
Those
why
are
it's
big
interactive.
trackballs for sure. I've taken one or two apart.
Oh, you read that, Tim?
No, I didn't read it yet. But I heard somebody say trackballs, so I got excited.
I like what's going on with your game room, Tim.
You like
It's looking
that? That's
good
the green
behind you.
screen, man.
Oh, man. No, it looks really cool because you always assume people have fake backgrounds when you see all that crap happening around their head. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a
'cause
green
it does-
screen.
but that's the green screen. You're like going pro here.
Yeah. Well, I could use a bigger green screen because like I'm missing part of the wall here.
Oh, I thought that was a pillar or something. Oh,
That's
I
a
see.
pillar. I mean, it is the pillar of Earth. There you go. See, that's a bigger pillar now.
Oh, that's cool. So Jeff said he's not done with the gyrus just yet, so he won't. He refuses to show us pictures. He's unprepared. But usually he has this awesome slideshow as he talks about it, and we're just like drooling over it. Mike's still working on some top secret stuff. Brian, do you have an update? You had a new pinball come in, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a picture if you guys want to see it. It's not a great picture, but
Yeah, go
sure.
ahead. Let me see if I can figure out to make sure. Let me know when you have it up.
All right, I think I can. Do you want me to wait to share or just share right now?
No, you can share right now. Go ahead.
Let's see. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got a Doctor Who.
Very nice.
Oh wow. Is it
And,
downstairs already?
Yeah.
Now, is this
Wow.
your Doctor Who, or is this a Doctor Who you're fixing for somebody on loan for an undisclosed amount of time?
Yeah, it's mine. So yeah, it's staying. So yeah, so the Judge Dredd here, yeah, this will go away at some point. But
Nice.
yeah, this was a guy that I know that just actually lives one town over. And of course, the picture I took, I realized that like I must have taken the picture right when it was flashing, so like a lot of the lights actually aren't on in the playfield.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah. I'll do that too with with the Atari games. I'll wait till the comb buttons are on to take the picture.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it till just now. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a bad picture to show everybody. But the cool thing is it's complete and it's got the topper included on it too up here. With the
Wow. It's so funny because you started with the comment on the left,
Yeah, yeah. So
and
it
then
did.
you're like, yeah, I'm just starting. I'm just gonna get that, and then before you know it, well, technically, Judge Dredd, you're fixing. But
Yeah, so
it
this
was a learning
belongs-
experience. That's why.
Yeah,
Good.
that belongs to a buddy of ours and Mike's. He's gonna take it back probably this summer sometime once his deck is rebuilt. We can go up the stairs with it. But yeah,
Wow.
that's the lineup right now. So I'm enjoying every bit of it, and I've actually streamed all 4 of these machines, playing them on.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
And what's your Twitch handle again?
it's it's not the easiest thing to remember. It's Homer J _123.
Okay. So if you want, remind me later. I'll just once the stream is over, I'll just put it in the description. If you guys want to know what it is and you're watching this later, just look in the description. But it's really, really well done. He has like what? How many cameras he got now? 3, 4? I lost track.
Depending on how I'm feeling, I've got at least 3 cameras. Every once in a while, I'll add a 4th camera to put like near the flippers or something. Like I might actually one of the next times I stream Doctor Who, I might actually set up the 4th camera and actually just put it right on the Dalek so you can see him flash and stuff during certain things like during the multi-ball. I think he flashes.
Yeah. What capture card are you using for that?
I'm not using a capture card. I'm actually using. I'm actually just using a couple of old iPhones and some Logitech webcams.
Oh, okay. So it's all USB.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because they
I
just
haven't
came
hit
out.
I haven't
Go
hit
ahead.
the big time yet with the capture card.
Hey, I mean, it's the way to do it. You know, there's a lot of people that spend thousands of dollars on equipment, and then like they have the worst channels. Like, and there's guys who like use their cell phone for everything and do amazing, like theatrical stuff. You know. Yeah, I got all excited because Elgato just announced. I think it's out to buy actually at Best Buy now. It's $350, but they're saying that's like a $900 value. But it's an Elgato capture card that does 4K that has 4 inputs. So you could just plug the cameras right into there, and then it just streams all of them, and you could switch between the cameras with the software. So it's actually treated as one stream, like hardware bandwidth wise, I guess, in your PC, but it's actually all 4, because when you start plugging those stuff in, I mean, for you have them, I guess, stationary, but we're talking about like multiple angles and people are moving around and it taxes your computer a little bit.
Oh yeah,
so,
there's definitely people online you can see that they've definitely got much more sophisticated setups.
Oh yeah, they have like the Elgato Stream Deck where they punching everything. I have a thing on my phone that connects to Stream Deck, like to Streamlabs, but not like the actual hardware.
Yep.
I kind of thought about it, but like I'm not like a CS:GO guy, streaming stuff, gaming. I do it every now and then, so I don't think I need it. I'd rather spend it on another PCB or something, like I just did. So Tim, I was telling them that I just got Mr. Pac over there, because you're starting to get into the Pac-Man now with the 96 and one. I bought a junior. I bought a junior field kit yesterday, so
cool.
It should come in the mail soon. Fairly local, but I just had to mail it. It's just easier and cheaper.
eBay find or?
It was on Marketplace.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I got it for a decent price. I'll tell you after. We'll have the after show, but
Yeah, sure. Which, by the way, I mean, people regionally to New England, there was several arcade games listed today out towards the Cape, including a track and field for $550, mostly working.
whoa,
So,
that's cheap.
there was a $200 RoboCop, and what else was there? Oh, Sega Hang-On for, I think it was $450, which is fair.
Mhm.
So, or maybe it was $350. I don't remember, but it was local on the Facebook Marketplace. So if anybody's watching,
Sega
locally,
games are getting up there in price now. I've seen like Hang-Ons, Outruns, Space Harrier especially is like the cream of the crop, right? Because you can never see those anywhere.
Yeah. Hey, you remember the other day, Del? We were talking about how some of us we go for these scores in these games, and I don't chase many scores. I'm not much of a score chaser, but we all have that one game. We were talking about this a few weeks ago. Well, tonight.
Back it up one
Yeah,
second.
go
Do
ahead.
you mean scores like number scores like high score, or score as in scoring a game to buy?
High scores.
Okay, high scores. Okay.
So, well, I mean, Jeff scores games all the time. But so we're talking about high scores, right? And so tonight, I turned the arcade games on for the boys, and then they went to bed, left the games on, they're still on. Came down, played one game of pole position, and then put my high score on the table, and then walked away. But I hadn't played it in weeks. Remember how we talked about this? We don't play games for weeks. You walk up to it, you play one game, you set your high score, and you're like, all right, that's good. Walk away.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, if I
Weird.
spend,
We just talked about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know about that. And then I did it. I'm like, all right.
if you spend too much time, I don't know. I do. I just basically I overthink the game and I screw it up. Usually, my first game is the one where I'm like, I'm just gonna do whatever, and then I get like a crazy score. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start.
I did that in high school with the SATs, but go ahead, Jeff. The same thing happened to you with with Paperboy.
Paperboy, yeah, I started to get worse. I'm like, what's going on? Like
What's happening?
Yeah.
2 days ago, I was like a pro at it. Now I'm like falling apart here. I don't know.
Maybe it's the
I just
joystick.
thought
I
it
blame
was-
mine on that.
Yeah, it's weird. And then it's like, I know if I go right now to try and beat that score, it's not going to happen. I'll get,
Yeah.
close enough, but it won't happen.
I can't
Look,
get
if
past
you
2
stand
million
like
on
that,
Zookeeper anymore. Yeah. Sucks.
It's
I
the
hit
equipment.
5 the other day. I'm like, oh my god. And now,
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
equipment. It's old. It overheats if you play it for too long, and then you play worse. That's got to be what it is.
I never thought of it that way, but probably not.
It helps me sleep. It helps me sleep at night when I think about stuff like that.
Yeah, and if we all have the app, but if you guys, there's a great app called Arcade Sidekick. It's on the iOS and also on Android. And we have a group there, Delusional's Arcade, and we all compete, just locally for fun. It's all in the honor system, but it's still pretty cool. I think it's, what is it, like $2 and change? How
Yeah,
much was
it's
it,
like $2 on either
Yeah.
the Apple Store or the Android, not Android Marketplace anymore. I'm dating myself when I say that.
Yeah, I think he was talking about maybe possibly having like, you don't really have to prove it, but if you want to, you can take a picture and then like have it stored somewhere on the app. But then he was saying that if he did that, he might have to like, you know, get some sort of server to host it, but then that would cost money, and then the price could go up, you know. So I think it's fine. We're on the honor system here. I think he built it for. There's a guy, I think it was 10 Pence Arcade podcast. Vert Vic is on there, and Sean Holly's on there, and basically they went to what's that UK huge arcade that they have out there? It's anyway, it was made for that arcade so that when you go in there, people can go in, bring the app, and then they get a high score and they just plug it in.
Oh, cool.
You know,
cool.
So that it's all kind of, you know, and then it had a club called whatever the arcade was called. I can't remember the name of the arcade. So just like I have a group that says Delusional's Arcade, there was one for the arcade that they would just, when you go there, instead of having it displayed in the place, they would have it on the app. And instructions saying download the app. So
Well, that's cool. So, kind of like the high score saves kits do with the online setup.
yeah,
So,
I'm a little
getting,
nervous though to get my stuff online like that. Like you have to hook up to the internet. You're Donkey Kong. I don't know if I want to do that.
They're gonna hack your Donkey Kong.
I know. Now that I think about it, that sounded stupid after saying it, but but you know, still, like, do you really want your old equipment connected to the internet? I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. But it is kind of neat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it done. I've seen it in person. You know, locally we've had different tournaments, and one of the tournaments that we did it with was Space Zap. We had a Space Zap tournament with all these different Space Zap machines, but all connected, basically all feeding scores to one high score table. And so, so when we did the tournament, it was constantly updating the leaderboard, and you could see where everybody was. And, you know, obviously we had our different rounds to, you know, indicate who moved forward. But it was cool as they all fed to the same leaderboard that was displayed on, you know, TV or something.
That's fairly new, though, right? That high score save kit for
I
Space
mean,
App.
This was like probably 4 years ago.
Okay, so it's not. I'm confusing it with Gyrus. I think Gyrus is the one that just came out, wasn't it?
Gyrus that came out with the Huyan and Time Pilot multi-game.
That's right, the multi high score save thingy.
I have it.
I'm still dying to play Mike's, by the way. Mike has a Puyan, that's original. Yeah. What did you just say?
I said Puyan, and then Mike went thumbs up.
Oh. Cool. So let me think. What else here? I'm looking at chat. I have everything all spread out. So if I keep looking that way, it's because I'm keeping an eye on chat.
I have the pictures of the Gyrus up if you want me to show them.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, go
Do it.
ahead. Let me switch over to that view. Go ahead. Anytime you're ready. Go present. It should show up.
I usually don't take too many photos while I'm working on the game. So this was the cabinet after I stripped it down. It had about probably like 3 or 4 coats of black paint on the sides. Inside of the machine was really dirty. So I took everything out, gutted everything, took all the wiring out, cleaned all the wiring. Here. So there, you know, and the cabinet itself was in really good shape. It had some things you could see down in the corner down there was a chunk missing. There was a chunk missing.
Yeah.
This particular cabinet, it was like laminate. It had laminate on it, like factory laminate. I started sanding it down, and I was sanding it, and I thought I was sanding black paint, but I was actually sanding through the laminate. You can see at the top where I sanded through it.
Oh yeah.
But so then I decided, all right, I'm not going to sand it all the way down because it would take forever. But I'd be just areas where the chunks were missing. I had to rebondo those. Where one of the things that slowed me down with this cabinet was, you got to take all the carriage bolts were all sunken in. So I had to take all the carriage bolts out and then bondo all the holes because they were all pulling through the cabinet. So that was a little bit of extra work to get all that done. But I got it done. Fixed the cabinet after I put the guard on it. I went with I didn't stencil it. Joe Zabo does he printed as a side art, vinyl side art for it, so I went with that.
And that's normally stenciled, right? But
Yeah, the original was stenciled. Yeah.
it still looks good.
Yeah, it came out really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Here it is when I got everything in it. It came out great. Now that I got the board back with all the sound and everything, it's awesome.
Wow, it looks really good. Now, do you have a picture before you started working on it, like what it looked like when you first got it, and it was all like, what was it before?
It was a gyrus. I originally got a gyrus.
Oh, okay.
It didn't have. I can't remember. It didn't have a joystick, or it didn't have the joystick. That was an NOS one that I had that I put it. So, the one thing
You like whip out NOS joysticks all the time, like out of your back pocket.
Yeah. I wish it had the Centauri raised coin door. It didn't have that. It just has a regular coin door. So.
Oh.
I thought somebody was reproing those, weren't they not?
Oh,
I thought at one point I heard that somebody reproed the coin door, like the Century coin door label you throw on there. I could be wrong. Though. I could be
Yeah,
imagining.
I think what they do is they do the label itself, but they don't. You have to actually have the coin door that takes that label. So there's kind of like an indentation where you put that into, and it's also made of plastic, not of metal. So when you paint it, it's going to look great, but technically, it's plastic. It's not metal like it should be. Like yours, I think on your Century, you like sanded it down, right, after you painted it?
mine.
No, on Tim's.
Oh yeah, so when I did mine, like, there's a couple different ways you can do it. I put a light coat of paint over the top just because I'm spraying it, and then I just sanded it off. Because to mask that off successfully, I think was going to be more work. And then besides, when you sand it, you do it all in one direction, you give it that brushed look that you're going for.
Yeah, that's what I have one on my high school.
Yeah, and you could put other things on it to, decrease paint adhesion to it, but so it comes off easier. Somebody commented, Jonathan Miller said, why is nobody talking about the huge space hot dog on the front of the control panel? Space hot dog. It's the
Let me look at that again.
Yeah, bring it back up.
Yeah, you won't be able to unsee it now that you've said it.
Yeah, now thanks a lot, man. That's all I see. Of course, my mind goes other places because, it is what it is. But
there you go.
That's a big space hot dog.
Oh yeah.
No, it's missing the bun though. Maybe that's not a hot dog. Maybe that's a sausage link.
No, I think it's two spaceships shooting out.
Yes, we know what it is, Del.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm being too literal, I guess. Far away, it does look like a hot dog, though. Yeah, even like the bun part would be the smoke in the background.
They don't have buns in the future.
All right.
I think the real question should be, why are the buttons not centered in those graphic holes?
Oh
yeah,
my God.
That's the funny part. I forget where I got this overlay from, but I remember a friend of mine got this overlay, and he was complaining that the buttonholes didn't line up. So when I was doing it, it was either line the joystick up or line the buttonholes up, and I thought the joystick had a black circle around it, really close to the hole, and if that wasn't centered right, it would look really odd. So I thought it would just look better if the joystick was centered.
So how long before you replace it, Jeff? How long before you're like, you know what, I can't do this?
As soon as I find one that is
That's correct. Yeah, I was going to say,
You know
I think
what?
you made the right choice, but yeah, I think something's wrong with this repro control panel.
Yeah. I can't remember, and I looked up. It's so weird because I have I think I told you guys I have a spreadsheet of everything that I buy and where I get it from, and I searched for Gyrus control panel overlay, and I didn't have it on there. I don't know where I got it from, or maybe I got it years and years ago.
And that definitely wouldn't be a Joe Sable one because he's very like particular on his panels. Like it has to be. He will not release it if it's perfect, even if it has a little like mess up in it. He's like, my name's on that. I can't put that out. So.
Right. Yeah, you can see that it's not straight. But the joystick, I just thought it would look better. Like, and it was really hard to get it just right. But,
if you hadn't told me, I may not have noticed. Because that's a game that kind of sticks in your face, and you don't really look at your controls. You see what I mean?
yeah, the controls are kind of underneath there.
Yeah. So when
I
a
mean,
dark
we see
arcade,
it now, but in your arcade, we'll never notice.
I would never have known that. Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
except
did
for
you-
us. it bothers
Jason
me
was
about
telling me, Kaboom was also telling me that the bezel around the monitor can be put up. Lots of people put them upside down,
Yeah,
it. That's yeah.
right?
I
'Cause they
still don't
put
know which way is the
Saturn on
right
top.
way though.
This way is the right way. I looked at the flyer before I put it in.
Yeah, he said most people flip it the other way.
And what,
The reason why this is the right way is because when you're standing, you're looking down at the monitor. If you have it inverted, the top part will cut off part of your view of the monitor.
okay,
Oh.
that's the catch. It's until like a little kid's playing it, and then you flip it around.
Right.
Yeah,
And this monitor is
it's true.
wicked.
That's funny.
Yeah, we like the burn in. The burn in's good.
You can see the extra burn-in where gyrus used to be written up a little higher.
Yeah.
It's funny because Kaboom had his Centipede. My Centipede's terrible. It has the worst burn-in I've ever seen. But his at least was Centipede burn-in. And when we did the recap, we fixed it where it's all centered and it looked off. And we're like, you know what? Let's line up the burn-in. And it looked beautiful after that. So we just left it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I have another gyrus cabinet that I got, and it had probably the worst gyrus burn-in I've ever seen. But it was converted to an Arkanoid at some point, and then it had the worst Arkanoid burn on top of the gyrus.
Yeah, I've had games
Yeah.
with multiple games burned in. It's like, man, this thing has seen some things.
Yeah, I think Arkanoid is probably the most popular one because that was a conversion. They converted like every single cabinet. Like they had so many kits for Arkanoid. And my Arkanoid, I don't know what's burned in, but I don't know why operators did this too. They turned the thing upside down thinking they could fool everybody. Like, oh, what? If we turn it upside down, they're not going to see the burn-in. You just see it upside down. Like, so like my Arkanoid has this high score on the top burned in with Arkanoid. And then on the bottom, you could see the other high score from whatever game it was. That I don't even know.
Speaking of Arkanoid, you guys, Arcanoid prices are going up.
Really?
That was like a conversion, and then people love that stuff. I always thought of it as like a, whatever. It's a kid. I can always find one. But apparently they're starting to go up.
Well, the reason I'm raising my eyebrows is because I have my cocktail that I want to get rid of to make room for other games, and I have a tournament. What's that?
You're gonna be like, sell it.
Yeah, well, mine's an extra rare one too because the cocktail version, the Arkanoids were always bootlegs. The cocktail, what they did, they used flip mode and they converted it to cocktails for bars. And then I guess was it Taito or Romstar? I can't remember who made the game. I think it was licensed to Taito, and Romstar made the game, or vice versa.
Yeah,
Can't remember. It's one of the two, but whoever made it didn't release a cocktail version, so then they started bootlegging the board and putting the cocktail flip chip in it, where you can actually change it with dip settings. You can't do that on the real Arkanoid board. There are no dip settings to flip it. It's a cocktail mode. So you have to actually remove chips, program new chips in there from the originals with the security chip in there. But anyway, so then because they were getting so many bootlegs and so much competition, then they officially released an official cocktail version, which is the one I have. So that board is pretty sought after because most of them that are flip or cocktail are bootlegs. So anyway, I want to sell that to get rid of it because I have the tournament Arkanoid stand up in my kicks cab that I love. Like I feel it's a better game than that. Like the other one's a little too boring at the beginning. This one just starts off like, with silver bricks and stuff. It's a lot fun, more fun. So yeah, it's good to know it went up in price. That
at least from
else?
what I thought it would be, I always thought of it as a very inexpensive game, and then, of course, like everything.
Yeah.
through the roof,
The
but-
spinner too is pretty unique too. It's not like a normal Tempest spinner. It's like this big old
Right. It's
gear.
honking.
It's like, yeah,
You feel
it's
it.
rough.
Yeah.
They did that by design. Like you can't whip it across like you can in Tempest. It's like more
Right.
of like a,
Yeah.
you know,
Very
big
precise though. I do like it.
yeah. Mine's in terrible shape. I tried rebuilding it, and it still has that like, you know, that sound it makes on Tempest or something when you spin it really hard. It goes like, yeah. How do I get rid of that? Like, is it the bearings? Is it like a plate you put in between?
Somebody sells a kit that gets rid of the bearing.
But they sell a kit
Yeah,
for the
they're-
Tempest, but do
they're-
they sell it for Arkanoid?
Oh, for Arcanoid, I don't know. Well, Arcanoid, yeah.
Because Mike, you have the Tempest kit, right?
Yeah, they're bushings that you have to replace, and the originals were
Brass.
no, the originals were plastic. It was ABS plastic. That's what I was trying to think of. But now you can buy really good. You know, somebody's making. I think they're brass. Maybe they're aluminum.
I think
one
you're
of the
right
two,
with the
but-
brass.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be,
That's like on. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the Arcanoid spinner. I'd like to play Kaboom with that. What would that be?
Yeah, the one on my cocktail are beautiful. Like you could spin them and like they don't make any sounds. It's beautiful, but the fire button's on the right side on that thing, and I'm a righty. I use this. I usually grab the spinner with my right and fire with my left. Firing to me is secondary. You always want to spin this faster to get the ball. So when I play the cocktail, I have to cross my hands every time I play it. You know, and even though the spinners are better on that, but then on the upright, it's fire button on either side with the thing in the middle, but then the spinner's a little kind of flaky. So I still prefer playing the upright because of the fire button. But if I can get that thing perfect, you know, I'd probably keep it because I was going to sell that game too. It was supposed to be converted to Zookeeper, but then I got my Zookeeper cab. So now I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just keep it as a Taito kicks cab without kicks. Just have like the Taito kit of Arkanoid in there. Be kind of neat.
Now, which
So-
hand do you play a game like Ms. Pac-Man with?
Right,
But,
right hand.
and the D-pad's always on the left when you play a console game.
Right. So I play consoles with my left hand and fire because consoles, my dominant hand is my right. Consoles, most of the time, you want to fire really fast, like you're playing shoot 'em ups
Yeah.
or something. So you want to, you know, fire really fast. An Arkanoid, I can fire fast on my left, but it's not as important as catching the ball. So, so yeah, it's all different. But yeah, my son too. My son's a lefty, and he'll actually play Arkanoid with his left hand. But then, like other games, like Ms. Pac-Man, he'll play with his right hand. It's just very odd because it's centered.
Yeah.
It's weird. But then other games, he said it feels weird, not like having the joystick. Like I have the multi-Williams with 2 in it, and we play bubbles. So I switched it over to the right joystick because you could switch it in the menu. Because I feel the right joystick is a little more centered than the left side. You're playing because it's only the joystick you use. And he always complains like, oh, I want to use the left joystick because he's used to the D-pad. So
Yeah, I'm a
directional
left
for him is all.
joystick kind of guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I use both. It depends, you know.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, I technically am. I could write not as good with my left, but I can. But in baseball, I switch hit. I can throw with my left. I can throw with my right. I can catch. You know. There's that pitcher, I don't know if you ever saw, he has 2 gloves or 1 glove that fits on both. Have you seen that guy?
No.
I don't know his name, but there was one famous game, like depending who comes up at bat, he would switch his glove and pitch that way, you know, because usually if you're pitching a righty to a righty, it's easier to hit than it is for a lefty to a righty. So like he would switch depending who's coming up. And there was a switch hitter that came up and he kept switching his stance. He saw that he switched to the other lefty when he was batting righty. So he switched to his left, and then, you know, the pitcher did the same thing. He switched to his right, and it went on for a minute. They were both switching back and forth. When, you know, I don't know what the outcome was, but I remember seeing the video where they're switching for like a good minute.
Lasagna Del Rey said the pitcher's name is Pat. Is it Vendetti or Vendette?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yep.
Pat Vendette. Is that right? What team was that? Do you know?
I want to
So
say
I'll say in a minute.
Might have been the Oakland A's.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't like I grew up in New York. It wasn't a New York team because I definitely would have known that.
But yeah, you can buy them now. It's basically like it's a 6-fingered glove. So basically, it has two thumbs on
Two
it.
thumbs.
So that way you can switch the glove between your right and your left
Oh,
hand.
that's cool.
Right. You know, speaking of that, do you guys remember the Gravis Game Pad?
Yeah, for PC.
Do you remember how it was reversible, where you flick a switch on the back and you could turn the D-pad to be opposite?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was and it
I
had
had
a
a friend
screw-in
who had
joystick.
one. I was like,
Those are
it looks
awesome.
like a knockoff Super Nintendo controller.
Well, I guess when I have it, there wasn't even a Super Nintendo. But now,
Oh
if
yeah,
you
you
look at
come
it,
back a little bit.
yeah, oof. But the joystick, it had a screw-in joystick too, like a
Yep.
piece of plastic, and that would
I
always
remember
break.
that. It's like
It'd always
purple or
break
something,
off.
right?
Yeah,
White and purple.
and it went with they had a Gravis sound card that was competing with Sound Blaster.
And the
That
Sound Blaster
came with,
16.
you know, yeah. There was if you look at Lazy Game Reviews, it's a channel on YouTube. He did a really good review about the Adlib Gold. It's like the card that nobody has because they went out of business, but it's worth like thousands of dollars for that card. And somebody lent it to him just so he did the review. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Mikey's here. Mikey Currington's in the house. I saw orange. I was like, what is that? And I should have known. It was Mikey. Thanks for the
We have
super
to all
chat,
go
bud.
play Robotron now with our arms crossed.
You can see here on the screen, he just donated $20 for super
I think
chat.
that would be hilarious, actually.
What's that?
Playing Robotron with your arms crossed. That's what he said.
That's what he wrote. Did you read it?
Yeah,
I
he
could
did a little
probably do it.
donation there, and he said money for research towards playing Robotron with your arms crossed.
With your arms crossed. That's funny. You know, did you know, I didn't know this, but was it the Atari 7800's version of Robotron had a feature in there that you could turn on both joysticks to play dual joystick Robotron. So they had this kit that you can buy that you stick the original 2600 controllers in, the really stiff ones. You put it in there and you're playing like Robotron, and it's probably the same because it's really hard with the originals too when they're not broken in. But he rated it just recently. I can't remember what channel it was. I was watching it. He rated it as like one of the best console ports ever was that version of Robotron because you can use two joysticks.
So you get
Or
double carpal,
shoot.
double carpal
What's-
tunnel syndrome.
I guess, yeah. You're just walking around going, ah. Cool. So if you guys are hanging out in chat, there's about 18 people here now. We are going to go straight into the premiere. I have the premiere on the Centipede arcade hunting episode that's coming up next. So once this ends, just hang tight. It will automatically redirect you. It's this new feature in YouTube now where it automatically redirects you to whatever premiere you want. So I thought it'd be fun just to hang out a little bit. Originally, we were supposed to have Alex from Nintendo Arcade. He was supposed to come on today, but we had some scheduling conflicts, so we had to reschedule. But he's definitely going to be on another show where he's going to give us a nickel tour of his arcade. He's the guy who had Sky Skipper. So if you know or seen his episodes, check his channel out, Nintendo Arcade. It's pretty cool. I'll give you another shout out to that Tim guy. He has a channel as well. It's pretty cool. He did some new intros that are snazzy, that are awesome. They have good music, and you know, he has good content. I haven't done one in a while, but we get it.
Yeah,
Right?
I got things in the queue to do. It's just, time.
Yeah, it's like time with COVID and everything. It's like I feel I have less time now because everybody's home.
Yeah. I'm back to work full time, so.
Oh yeah, my son actually the past 2 weeks he came over today and I was like, well nervous because he's gone in full time 100%. You know,
Yeah.
they wear masks and everything, but it's still a little scary. So, you know, hopefully we'll get back to normal one day, but I'm still a little nervous. But yep. And then in the future we are. I'm heading down to Jay's house just to hang out with family and stuff. But you know, while I'm down there, we'll probably take a trip to Troy's just so I could check it out. Jay's been there a few times already,
Nice.
so I'll try to check it out, get some footage, bring something to the channel. But he has, well, I'll say supposedly because it's not official till I see it, but it's a 4,000 square foot arcade. That's it looks great when he showed it to us. What he showed it, he kind of didn't show us everything. He's being very humble, but. I'll show everything if I can. I'll be like, can I film this? I'll be like, no, it's top secret. But it should be fun. So I'm heading there probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I got to see. I got to get my vaccination stuff all done, and then I'm gonna head down there with a mask, but still should be good. Get some freedom, you know, for a little bit. But yeah. So we got 19 people on here. Mikey Currington just said that ambidextrous pitcher caused them to make a rule where the pitcher has to select their pitching hand first, and then the batter can then select which side they want to use. Ah, so the batter has the advantage there. Yep. Nice. Cool. So, you know, we wanted this to be about an hour long, so we could cut it and start the other one early. I put 10:15 to be safe, but I'm wondering if I end the stream now, if it'll go into the premiere. But before we do that, does anybody else have any questions you want to ask before we see the premiere now, or do you guys like the format of the show? Usually we have more people, but a few guys couldn't make it today. They had other commitments, so. Slackers.
Wow, Jeff. You tell him.
And it gets pretty raunchy. Like if we start drinking, right? Like I'm drinking a beer, but if we all start drinking and it gets into the late hours, we just go crazy on this thing. If you guys want to see that, go to Tim's channel. He actually has a test that we did that's up of us doing this, but a lot raunchier than you see here.
A lot more. It was like midnight. We're like, guys, let's go live. Let's just do it.
It was mainly you. You're like, I'm drunk. Let's just go live. We're like, okay.
Yeah, it was a good test. I mean, I think we found out a lot of things by doing it, just getting it out of the way, and I think that really helped kind of get things going for you, Del. So.
Yeah, I'm happy. I figured out the echo issue. I actually have my wireless earbuds on so that I can hear it, but not have the feedback and echo that we heard the last time I did it. So without having my cell phone, so it worked out. And then I'll show you guys the intro again. You guys want to see that? I'll show it to you real fast.
Yeah,
But I did a little Dell's Roundtable intro that you guys missed that I did right at the beginning of the thing. So I'll play it again. Here we go. So there it is. But
nice.
yeah, we'll have it. We'll do this every now and then. We're not doing it every single week because we all have lives. And then I found myself working so hard on all this stuff, and you know, with the editing and the graphics and all this other stuff, that I really want to work on my games again. I never have time. I'm always doing stuff or working or doing family things. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have everything. So all right. So Mikey Currington wrote WGBH.
Yeah, exactly.
That was actually CBS, right? Is that CBS?
No, he's right.
CBS.
WGBH used to do that with their logo. They used to do the whole from the side and the he's right. I remember that. I'm with you,
Yeah,
Mikey.
I recreated it in After Effects. You know, I was like, oh, I took the sound and then worked from there. And I thought it'd be cool to have that same effect. You know, old school a little bit. And it's not copyrighted. Hey, Hobby, what's up?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm live, so. My son just like, can I play some arcade games? I'm like, yeah. Because no green screen here. Everything is on. Every single game. We got Crystal Castles, Millipede, the Ultra Arcade, Rolling Thunder, and then the rest on that side. He's probably going to play Robotron now.
Tell him to do it with his arms crossed.
Yeah, Hobby, play with your arms crossed. They said Robotron.
I gotta try.
he was like, what? Who would do that? All right, so let's see. All right, so I guess what I'm going to do, I'm going to try ending the stream, and it should, fingers crossed, this is up to YouTube, automatically jump over to the premiere, where I do basically, I put on the Willis control panel. It's the same one that Jeff has. He's redoing his too. He got a Centipede, but I took that, put it on there. It's the whole process of putting that on, and also modding the trackball to have the light underneath so that it glows pink. I changed the trackball out and everything. So that's what that video is, and then the final video will probably be just buttoning up the insides. It works, but I just want to clean up the AR and stuff, and it's pretty filthy in there, so I got to do all that still. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to put up the slate, which has the end, so that way when you see the video again, it'll have suggestions and stuff, but don't leave, stay put, because they will automatically go into the next premiere, which I know you guys are dying to see. So, oh, Commander Line is here. He said, look at the video by Justice DVNO. Has some
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
sick
great-
old movie studio logo style. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, great song, great video. I know that one
Really?
you're talking about. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was trying to find out stuff that wasn't copyright, because the music, like, who's gonna grab this music and go, oh, that's a copyright thing? Like, it's so old, but got to be really careful with that. YouTube bots are everywhere. Just the algorithms just find everything. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna try ending the stream, and hopefully this same thing will switch over. It's the first time trying it, but I did link it properly, so hopefully it'll work. Not sure what's gonna happen because I'm doing it early, because technically the other one starts at 10:15, but because it's linked to here, I'm pretty sure if I stop it, it'll automatically start the other one. So, okay, if it doesn't, I will move up the time. That's what I'm gonna do. So, all right, guys, see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. If you guys want to still stay on Zoom, you can. We'll talk offline and stuff. We're just not live anymore. So now it can get raunchy.
Oh, you mean like we'll talk for like 10 more minutes and then you'll try it again? Possibly June-ish or so. So what happens is the owner, the guy that actually owns it, he has this, and Mike knows because he's been there. He's got this, relatively long set of stairs that goes kind of up to his like above the garage arcade area, and apparently it's kind of rickety. So I think he's worried about.
It's like rotted wood. Some steps are even missing. So he said, "No, I don't want to bring any more pinballs up until I redo the decking." I'm like, "Good idea."
Yeah, and to be fair, Judge Dredd is a wide body pin, and it's heavier than a regular pin. It probably weighs. I bet you the thing weighs maybe 320 or so.
Yeah. Okay.
Which when you're moving that versus a regular pin, like that extra 50 pounds, like you can really feel it on stairs.
Oh yeah.
On stairs, yes.
When I bring my games up, I'm gutting them. I'm not bringing them up. It's just too hard. We tried bringing it out and we almost died.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a lot
stories
harder
I have with Outrun.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do that with the pinball machine. There's a lot more moving parts to do. I do the same thing with my arcades. If I move an arcade machine, I pull the monitor, I pull the power brick out of it, all that stuff to make it lighter. But yeah, it's a lot harder to do that with a pinball machine just because of the way it's put together.
So I got some time killing. What are your guys' thoughts on Pirates of the Caribbean Stern pin?
I haven't played it. Wait, have I played it? Maybe I played it.
When was that released?
That's the older one. That was I don't know, 2009.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think 2009, 10, something like that.
Yeah, someone's got one for sale in the area, and I don't know. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, played it before, Mike?
What?
Have you played it before, Mike?
Oh yeah. We used to have a guy, Jim's Wheelhouse. Pizza is a pizza bar place up north. It was awesome, and unfortunately he had to shut down. But he has his own pinball parlor now, and he runs league out of his own house. And he had it both at the parlor and I think he still has it at the league. At any rate, I played it a lot. It's really kind of cool because it has a big ship that can sink and go. It's got a couple of neat things. I liked it. It's also got the music from the movies, and I don't know.
I like the movies. I like the music.
Yeah.
I can't remember playing it. I think I've played it, but maybe like Pintastic or something. I don't know.
By the way, everybody knows we know we're live again. We're not doing this thinking we're not live. We had to actually go in because it didn't finish. It just froze. You got the circle. So YouTube was like, nope, you said 10:15. So that's when it's going to happen. I could move it to 10:10, but it's too much trouble. I will just wait. It's only a few minutes. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys here. Oh, we got a new guest. Oh, look who it is. It's Kaboom.
Kapow.
Kapow, you got to change your name. You got to unmute yourself, too. Yeah, I'll see if I can do it for you. Let me rename you here to Kapow. Can I do it? Will it let me?
He did it. He did
Yes,
it.
it will. I can't type today. This is all on the air. We're doing this, but who cares? There we go. Ask to unmute. Let's see if he realizes what's going on. There you go.
I knew it was unmuted.
What's up?
What up?
How'd your son's birthday go?
You
Yeah,
know, we're
good.
seeing you type all that.
Yeah, we were.
So we actually saw you type his name
Yeah.
and then change his
Yeah, I
name.
know. I said that on the thingy. I said, yeah, you're seeing me type it, but Zoom is Zoom, and won't let you do anything else.
Yep. Timmy, you got another haircut.
I did.
Wow, you
Listen,
respectable
this is
looking
the
young
last
guy.
ditch effort for my.
And friggin' Brian shaved. Holy cow!
I know. Brian looks like 20 years younger now.
Wow.
He's like one of those Portland hipsters now.
And then Jeff still looks like the golden locked warrior god that he is.
Hey, Jay, we're
Well,
still live,
he's
by the
frozen,
way, just so you
but,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, just like making you aware.
I think we lost Jeff.
Got
or
like a
something.
warning so I don't have a
Yeah, don't like take your shirt off like you usually do and beat your chest.
or start cursing
Wait.
like a freak.
Ooh, wit.
Hey, Del, is your son still playing a game behind you? I keep hearing like sounds.
He's
Oh,
playing
yeah.
Crystal Castles, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
also
hear
the
the
track
roller.
roll super loud. Yeah, I
That's
didn't
what that noise
change
is.
it out yet. The roller is like it's like sand. It's like when you do it, and you have to whip it across really hard. You hear it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hear it. Yep.
but it's such a good game. It's so fun. So I'll let him play. It's only a couple more minutes, but once this is all done, you know, during the premiere, I might like sneak off for a second and play with him for a little bit because he's going to bed at 11. I let him stay up a little bit. He's going to be a teenager in freaking August. I can't believe it. I
I
cannot
have no
believe
more
it.
kids after today. I have nothing but teenagers now.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right, because Lee's officially 13. Wow. I can't believe it. I still can't.
I've been way past all that for so many
I
years
know,
now.
right, bro?
I could say I changed their diapers.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now I feel old.
Well, you guys know my friend DJ, his firstborn. I've known them all since they were born, and she's what, 25? I don't know. It's
Dude, I found out yesterday that the guy that one of the last things I did, well, not last things before I retired, but the one of the only people I ever commissioned into the military as a second lieutenant, I found out yesterday has been selected for major. So like that makes me feel old. He's now one rank away from what I was when I retired.
Yep.
Wow.
It's official, man. You're an old fart. Welcome to
Yep.
the club.
The Old Fart Arcade Club. That's what we should rename this group.
Yep.
You could rename your club that. I'm not an old fart. I'm a kid at heart.
Bro, you're older than me.
I'm the one
So
wearing
Huron
the cool shirt.
Scuba asked if did anyone ask Mike what an Indiana Jones pin is worth yet? He said he just dropped out and he got back
10,000.
in. Indiana Jones, that's what?
10
Well,
grand.
Well, hold on.
Which
one?
Indiana? Which Indy?
There's two. There's Stern, and then there's William.
Look, he's trying to trigger something here. We had a fight on Tuesday over this. So somebody's trying to push a
okay.
button right now.
Yeah.
Not going to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other video chat, whatever.
Yep.
I was there for that.
Were you? Oh, so Jeff's a witness. So where's the ban button? Where is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, it was riveting, man. We had 2 hours of watching your cat rip your armchair apart last night.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were dead on the floor behind the camera with the cat eating your throat.
True. They're commenting the fact that it wasn't a fight. That's true. It was a heated debate, and that
It
is
was
correct.
a heated debate.
Yep.
But the subject had to be changed because it was.
Yeah.
fun.
Did you just totally forget that you left us all on?
No, I knew you were on, but then by the
And see, he's gone again.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeff.
Quick, take a screen cap. That's Stone Kinder right there.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, we okay.
Hey, man.
I'm afraid to
Dragon's
kick them
Lair.
because
Dude, isn't-
last time I tried that, they
Dude.
couldn't come back. Remember?
Yeah, don't ban him or anything.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's got internet again.
Jeff's the guy with like the crazy high speed, and he's fragging out tonight.
Yeah, I'm in the basement wireless. So.
Okay.
I love Mikey's question. Mikey goes, he says he can't stick around for long, but he goes, what's the most inebriated that any of you've been and still legitimately attempted to fix something?
Oh,
All right,
look at
Tim,
me
go ahead
first,
and
guys.
answer
That's
that
one
one.
guy.
No,
It's
look at me.
absolutely a Tim question.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you should answer that question, Tim.
Yeah, man, I've discharged things. I put monitors back together and then like forgotten to reconnect the anode cup. Let me tell you what that does.
Yeah.
I've done that, and I've been sober, so that's worse.
You know, the one,
Yeah, I've done it both.
He's
I put my
the one
arm
good-
across an isolation transformer.
the one good thing about being inebriated and doing making mistakes like that is it doesn't shock you as anywhere near as much.
This is
Doesn't
true. You're
hurt.
just like, whoa, man.
Wow, man.
And you're less disappointed when it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, because if it does work, you're like, holy cow, I was so drunk and I still fixed it.
Yeah, but the difference though is that Tim actually films and puts his videos up on YouTube with him doing it.
Right.
Well,
That's the
yeah,
difference
Mikey,
between
just go. Thanks, Mikey. It just
Hey,
there's
Tim.
probably a few where you can just progressively see like how much further along. Yeah, I'm like, let's just keep going.
Yeah, for
Here's
you
how
guys,
you get 100,000 subscribers, Tim.
yeah,
Do it while you're drunk.
for those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you guys have come back, usually our nights when we start this around 9 o'clock when Tim gets here, he's pretty much like this. By the end of the night, he's like this.
Yep.
I'll tell you about this game.
Yep. You wait, cause we're going off and I'm empty. So.
Yep, gotta go get more.
I'm still on my first.
This is well with COVID. This has been my Zoom bar on Friday night.
Bar,
This
Oh.
is it. Like I
where
used to
everybody
go
knows
out.
your name.
We
To
got
the
another
bar, and,
question.
like, this
Well,
is-
we still
this is
got a
my
minute
bar.
or two. We got one more question. What is the coolest thing that you've ever figured out and even surprised yourself on a repair?
Coolest
I don't know, who
thing
wants
that
to
you've
take
ever figured out. And
I
surprised
think
yourself.
I think Brian should take it. I think he's had a surprise, right?
You still
No?
I would say I'm usually just generally surprised that I fixed it to begin with. So,
Yeah, true.
Well, you had a surprise when you took off the marquee one time and you found like a carcass of like a skeleton of a mouse or something.
well, yeah, I guess
That's
if you wanna-
technically.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I've
was a
got-
surprise.
That's true. I've got one that my Tempest is still like this today. The speaker wires have no insulation whatsoever. They run the whole way completely bare. And that was again because of some rodent in the
Oh,
cabinet.
you know what? I would say I guess like surprise would be my Galaga cocktail table when I got it from the guy that gave it to me and I opened it up and powered it on and I saw the uninsulated wires literally arcing lightning back and forth. And I asked him later on, like, hey, how long has it been like this? And he said as long as he'd owned it. So I couldn't imagine how close he came to setting his house on fire multiple times.
Wow.
All right, we're down to the
So
time to cut
I
over.
think we're going to end it because we are going to go into premiere. This time, YouTube, please just work.
Do the slate. Don't forget the slate.
Thanks for the reminder. All right, guys. We'll see you in a
Hey,
bit.
guys.
I'm going to play the outro and then I'm going to play the slate. So
Hi
here we
again,
go.
boys.
Later.
Bye.
Don't forget to stick around because we will go right into premiere.
Timmy, is that your arcade making all that noise? Oh, okay.
Mine's a green screen.
Oh, damn, dude. How are you, Tim? How are you projecting?